So my name is Samantha. I knew nothing about IBD before I was diagnosed. I had reached out just kind of on Instagram and found different social media platforms. I think like the day after I was diagnosed, just to kind of figure out what this whole ulcerative colitis thing was about. I researched into it, and the more I learned about ulcerative colitis, the more I realized that it wasn't just a quick fix kind of a thing. I started doing stuff with the foundation and kind of volunteering and getting involved probably about 6 to 8 months ago. For me, the foundation was really integral in just learning about my diagnosis and kind of what was to come and everything. About a month after I was diagnosed, I wrote like a really brief article and just shared it on social media. For me, it was just like so empowering just to see everyone kind of come around me and just be so like encouraged by my story. I think I've changed a lot since I was diagnosed. I think there's a stigma around talking about things with IBD. Obviously a lot of it is like uncomfortable to talk about, and a lot of people are like, that's gross, I don't want to hear about it. And so at first it was kind of shameful for me to talk about and stuff where I was like, well, I can talk about being diagnosed, but I don't want to talk about what IBD looks like for me and what my symptoms are and like what the things that I struggle with on a day-to-day basis are. Actually, my first time ever meeting someone in person with IBD was at the Take Steps kickoff party a couple weeks ago. That was my first time being around more than like one person that had IBD, so it was like one of the coolest experiences for me just to like get to really talk to a huge group of people that were all experiencing like the same things that I was. And being in a room full of people that have it, there's like nothing that's off limits or too uncomfortable to talk about. I feel like you have to have IBD to really understand it, and people could say like one small thing that they had is like a side effect of a medication, and we were all like, oh my gosh, yeah, like that happened to me too. And so it was just really encouraging to be in a whole room full of people that on a really deep level understood what I was going through. I'm completely comfortable sharing whatever people want to know, no matter how awkward it is or uncomfortable. I think it can be difficult with social life. People my age always like to go out and be doing stuff, and like in my mind I like to do those things, but my body sometimes is not what's keen on that idea. Depending on how sick I am, there's times where I can barely eat anything, and so going out for dinner or whatever is just not an option. So for me, like it's kind of just something that's always in the back of my head, but it's something I try not to think about and just kind of take advantage of the time I have while I'm healthy and feeling well, and just kind of really learn to appreciate that. Yeah, so right now I am volunteering with them, and I also have a team for the Chicago Take Steps walk, which I'm super excited for. It's a mission that's really close to me, and especially to have a foundation where their mission directly impacts me, because ultimately I'd love to find a cure for IBD, and so a foundation that is their mission, I want to do everything I can to help out. Yes, so the walk, the Chicago one is at Maggie Daley Park. It is just an opportunity to fundraise and put money back towards the foundation, ultimately looking for a cure for IBD. It'll be an opportunity for people without IBD to learn more about it. It's kind of a platform for me to educate people on what it is and what the foundation does. I think reaching out to the foundation is huge after you've been diagnosed. It's really an opportunity to learn how to advocate for yourself, but more importantly for me, it's what gave me like a community. It's just kind of been like my whole support system. I'm definitely just really grateful for the foundation and just for all of the opportunities that are out there, the ways to get connected with people and find support, and just a community of people that like truly understand what you're going through, and just the hard work that they're putting in to really just find a cure for IBD.